Welcome back to Rogue Mystic Divination, and I wasn't going to be able to do this the way that I wanted to, but Aries, if you want to check the channel, there is an Aries midweek check-in just for you. It's about 15 minutes long, but things are just not working out the way that I want them to, so I'm not going to be able to do specific ones for the rest of the signs this week, but we'll get it worked out. So instead, it's going to be a pick a card midweek check-in. 3 piles. And there we go. Being blinded by the light is always a great way to start your day, right? But pick your pile. I'm going to draw 3 cards for each pile. For a total of 4. So pick your poison, give that a minute, and I'll move on to pile 1 here in just a moment. Okay, moving on to pile 1. This is your querent card, this is you, and then this is 3 issues you're dealing with. And then we'll draw clarifiers on top of that, but right now for this week, you're ambitious, you're driven to get things done, and it might not have been working out as well as you wanted to, but you're moving through it quickly. Making decisions as soon as you need to rather than procrastinating on them, which is good. And then you have the Emperor, so whatever it is that you've been moving on, it looks like you're tying some things up, wrapping some things up, so you don't have to deal with them anymore. Allowing you plenty of room to move and shake your way on to new beginnings. So enjoy the metamorphosis. It looks like you'll be coming into a spot of power soon. This could either be a promotion or just leading your life the way that you want to. Asserting yourself with personal relationships that may have been defining who it is that you were to the rest of the world, and you're done with it. While you're moving through all of this, don't allow what you're leaving behind to define your self-worth. Just because you're not carrying all of your baggage with you does not mean you have forgotten the lessons from it. Whatever you do for the rest of the week, do not overextend yourself with your new happiness. You could decide that, well, things are going so well right now, I'm making money, I'm doing what it is I need to do, I'm getting things done, I might as well just go ahead and do this too. This feels more like an energy expenditure than it does wealth, but if you've had a wealth of energy lately, you could find yourself running on all cylinders and working too much on even passion projects. So at the end of the week, you may find yourself completely and totally exhausted, but happy with the work that you've put in. Some of the things that you've done, however, may not be as finished as you thought they were. So you may find yourself at the beginning of next week cleaning up some of the things that you started this week. It does look like you'll have a reprieve on Saturday and Sunday, so nothing's flying out for you, so I'm going to take that as it for pile 1. And if you guys like this better than doing a by the sign midweek check-in, let me know, drop it in the comments, and I will adjust. Moving on to pile 2. Here's your clearance card, and these are the 2 things you're dealing with. Clearance card is strength, but reversed, so whatever you've been dealing with this week, you've been dealing with raw emotion and not hiding your feelings, which, even if you think you have, your face has been telling on you. If you've had any self-doubt, you've been able to hide it pretty well. But if you're building any relationships or starting any projects this week, ensure that you haven't built them on false foundations. If you've had someone come into your life recently, it may only be for a moment. Don't be offended whenever whenever it comes up that they don't have time for you all of a sudden because they started on another project that doesn't involve you, and you may not be as close to them as you think you are right now. That doesn't mean it's a worthless relationship. It just means you two have your own individual things to go work on now after you work together, and you may be able to utilize that connection later on with something else or for other purposes, but it's not right now. Lean into any transitions that you're dealing with. If you're changing houses or changing cars, and any paperwork you're dealing with, ensure that everything is above board and everyone has what they need from it. Receipts, licenses, titles, ensure that everything is cut and dry so you don't have to backtrack, because it seems like this is going to involve a 6-hour plus trip to deal with something if things aren't squared away. If something feels like it's wrong, or that something may not be exactly as it should, trust your gut instinct. If you know for sure that everything on your end of the deal is correct, double check the other side that's involved with this. Especially if it's involving a car, ensure the VIN number matches the VIN number on the title. Ensure that the person on the title is the one that's selling you the car. This could end up being a stolen car situation, and you may get caught in the middle of it unknowingly. If this is involving something else, ensure someone's not trying to pull wool over your eyes. There may be unforeseen expenses associated with any big purchases for the rest of the week, so especially on Friday. See if anything else pops out. You may find yourself ignoring phone calls. And this could be from someone that's either an air or a fire sign, maybe even a Cancer. It does seem like it's someone that you won't be able to ignore forever, so tread carefully. Don't put off getting back to this person for more than 3 hours. If you do, you'll end up having to backtrack and find out something that would have helped you out if you wouldn't have known it earlier on. And it looks like that's it for pile 2. Pile 3, this is your current card, the Moon. And then these are 3 clarifiers. You may be a mystery to someone right now, and that's why they're giving you a bunch of problems. This person doesn't like you, but they can't figure out why. Do not give in to their unnecessary poking and prodding, trying to get information out of you about your personal life. Indulge in the position you find yourself in that you're a mystery to everyone else and they don't know what to expect from you. Don't give them anything bad to deal with, but don't let them glean any parts of your personality or your past that they might be able to use against you. It looks like you've recently moved on to start a new beginning, and you don't want to drag the past up with you to ruin this new start. Pile 3, do your best to maintain your control of your person. Keep all of your receipts and keep everything documented. There could be expenses for moving or for something else that you could write off later in a view to your financial benefit. If you find people reacting sourly to you, it may be because your happiness is overflowing a little bit too much. And that could be seen as like you're laughing at everyone around you, or you're too happy and someone might want to fix that problem. There are a lot of people in the world that just hate to see other people happy and feel that it's their duty to ruin any happiness that they see. So keep it tucked in. Keep as much of your progress to yourself as you can. Because otherwise you may find jealousy coming out of the woodwork from people that you don't even expect. Someone could be confessing some feelings to you too for the rest of the week, at some point during the rest of the week. And they're not necessarily good feelings. If this is someone that you walked away from, you could find them contacting you in a way that you've never communicated with them before and saying, you know, I knew you were like this, I knew you'd walk away, I knew you'd give up, and I never should have had anything to do with you to begin with. In reality, the entire reason why you walked away from this situation, this relationship, is because of problems that they created. For no reason other than they didn't know what to do with themselves. So take anything anybody else says to you with a grain of salt. Unless it's direct and absolute, they may use it against you later on because you followed their direction. If you have a notebook, a calendar, a planner, it will be your best friend. It will help you make decisions and remind you of why it is that you made these decisions to begin with. If you've had a lot of problems where you've been living at or where you've been working at, it will It will help you remember the reasons why it is that you're leaving. And it'll help you document your progress as to how close you are to your goals. If you're moving locations or moving jobs, this could help you find a new partner. Or a new passion, a new part of yourself that you did not realize you could lean into that will benefit your life in more than one area. Come into contact with something new this week, or for the rest of the week. Don't discount it just because you haven't done anything like that before. Consider it. Consider it, and you may end up finding a new passion, something that leads to new areas that you never would have seen yourself going 6 months ago. Any movement you make for the rest of the week will lead you down new avenues and to new beginnings, so make your plans carefully. Make sure you have everything in order. And anything important, make sure you have it backed up. In 2 places if you can. Any car titles, licenses, take pictures of them and keep copies of it on your phone and backed up to a secondary source too. Password protected, of course, because you may end up losing your wallet. Have duplicates of everything that you can get. And that is it for you, pile 3.